5 Signs of Truly Wicked People, a Stoic Perspective. Throughout history, the most dangerous individuals have never been the loudest or the most obvious. They don't arrive with weapons drawn or announce their intent. Instead, they move in silence, manipulating, deceiving, and controlling from the shadows. By the time their true nature is revealed, it's often too late. But no matter how carefully they hide, they always leave clues, subtle yet undeniable signs that expose them to those who know where to look. Have you ever met someone who felt off? Beneath their charm, was there something calculated and insincere? Have you ever been manipulated, gaslit, or made to question your own reality? Have you ever sensed that someone took pleasure in your pain? The Stoics believe that true wisdom comes from seeing things as they are, not as we wish them to be. Today we uncover 5 signs that reveal the truly wicked among us, those who twist reality, lack empathy, and manipulate others for their own gain. By the end of this video, you will see them clearly. You will no longer be deceived, and most importantly, you will know how to protect yourself. This is Stoic Pathway, where we apply the timeless wisdom of ancient philosophers to the real world. If you seek truth, clarity, and the power to remain unshaken in a chaotic world, you've come to the right place. Let's begin. 1. They manipulate others for their own gain. Evil people don't just manipulate, they make it look effortless. They twist words, play mind games, and make you question your own reality without you even realizing it. And the scariest part, they don't feel bad about it. Manipulation isn't just about lying, it's about control. These individuals will guilt trip you into doing things you don't want to do. They'll play the victim while being the one causing harm. They'll give just enough kindness to keep you hooked, then pull it away the moment you stop serving their needs. And when you finally call them out, suddenly you're the problem. You're overreacting. They gaslight you into thinking it was all in your head. Ever met someone who never apologizes? Instead of taking responsibility, they shift the blame. I only said that because you made me mad. You're imagining things. I would never do that. Sound familiar? The Stoic response. If someone constantly twists reality to benefit themselves while leaving you doubting your own mind, run. These people don't change. They just get better at hiding their tactics. Stay sharp, stay aware, and never let a manipulator control your life. 2. They lack genuine empathy and compassion. Evil people don't just ignore the suffering of others, they exploit it. To them, pain is a weakness, not something to be met with kindness. They see people as tools, stepping stones to be used and discarded. They might pretend to care, but when the mask slips, their true nature is revealed. Cold, indifferent, incapable of genuine compassion. A Stoic would tell you, observe, don't react. Pay attention to what people do, not what they say. Do they only show concern when there's something to gain? Do they dismiss your struggles as not a big deal? Do they ever sacrifice their own comfort for the well-being of others? Words are cheap. Evil people mimic kindness when it benefits them, but when no one is watching, their indifference becomes clear. They mock vulnerability. They see tragedy as an inconvenience, and if given power, they will always choose themselves over everyone else. The Stoic response. Accept that some people are hollow. Do not waste energy hoping for change where none will come. Do not seek warmth from those incapable of giving it. Detach, walk away, and invest your trust in those who prove actions, not words, that they are worthy of it. Because a person without empathy is not just dangerous, they are a void, and they will drain you if you let them. 3. They twist the truth to serve their agenda. A man of virtue seeks truth. A manipulator bends it. Evil people are not bound by reality. They shape it to fit their desires. They distort facts, omit details, and craft half-truths to control the narrative. Not because they are mistaken, but because deception serves them better than honesty. A Stoic would tell you, do not be swayed by eloquent words. Watch the actions. Liars often speak with conviction. They mix truth with falsehood, making their version of events seem irrefutable. But truth is simple. It does not require excessive defense. It does not change depending on the audience. Ever noticed how these people tell one story to you, but a different one to someone else? How they always position themselves as the victim or the hero, but never the villain. This is not by accident. It is a calculated effort to shift blame, protect their ego, and manipulate perception. The Stoic response. Do not engage in their web of deceit. Let fools argue. Let deceivers spin their stories. You remain still, grounded in reality. Truth does not require your defense. In time, lies collapse under their own weight. Stay patient, stay watchful, and refuse to be a pawn in someone else's narrative. 4. They take pleasure in the misfortune of others. A virtuous person finds no joy in the suffering of others. An evil person, they feed on it. They smirk at failure, celebrate downfall, feel a twisted sense of power when they see someone struggle, not because they are strong, but because they are empty. A Stoic would tell you, the man who delights in another's pain is a man ruled by weakness. He feels small, so he rejoices when others are made smaller. Pay attention. How does this person react when someone stumbles? With empathy or with amusement? Do they offer a hand, or do they whisper behind your back, satisfied in your failure? Those who lack purpose, who cannot build, will seek to destroy. They take pleasure in gossip, sabotage, and the suffering of those who remind them of their own inadequacies. The Stoic response. Do not seek revenge. Do not waste energy resenting them. Let them be consumed by their own bitterness. Instead, focus on your own path. Walk forward with strength, dignity, and an indifference to their petty games. Because the best way to defeat those who take pleasure in suffering is to give them nothing to celebrate. 5. They justify immorality as necessary or righteous. Evil rarely presents itself as evil. It wears a disguise, a noble cause, a necessary sacrifice, a greater good. The worst among us do not see themselves as villains. They rewrite the story, casting themselves as heroes. A Stoic would tell you, watch for those who excuse wrongdoing with high-minded rhetoric. The moment someone claims that cruelty is required, that deception is justified, they have already lost their way. The Stoic response. Never be blinded by words alone. If an action requires deceit, if it demands suffering, if it excuses harm as necessary, then it is not righteous. Truth and virtue need no elaborate justifications. Hold yourself to a higher standard. Reject those who twist morality for their own gain. Conclusion. Evil moves in shadows hidden behind charm and deception. But if you know what to look for, you will see it clearly. And once you see it, you can no longer be controlled by it. A Stoic would tell you, you cannot change the nature of others, but you can control your response. Walk away, maintain your integrity, and never let the wicked pull you into their chaos. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you encountered people like this? Drop a comment below. I read everyone. If this video gave you something to think about, hit that like button and share it. And if you're on a journey to master your mindset, make sure to subscribe.